here's the final bit of communication from Optic Gaming. At this moment, they've got Scump playing top middle. He's getting the cuts they need. Krim's still on the hard point. He knows, all right, I need to either watch top AC or help Formal watch this small side door, so he does that momentarily. Formal's there for the kills as well, and it all falls into place for Optic Gaming as they win it 250 to 247. But, hey, there's one more player that I just kind of have to highlight on this one, and it's going to be Slasher from Envious. We saw, you know, hey, he had a presence in this hard point. He goes to rotate over, right? He rotates to this next hill. He's got shots in top middle, gets taken down. Goes to rotate back over again, gets in the hard point, gets this two-piece at the back. So you're thinking, oh, Slasher's in a great spot, right?
This is a huge two-piece,
exactly.
too.
Massive, massive. This is where he goes and challenges Formal. He loses this engagement, and look where he spawns, across the map. So I'm going to keep it going.
I'm coming, guys.
Here he comes. Here
Stay
he comes.
alive, I'm coming.
Running back over, gets top mid, dies to Formal again. Spawns back up. Guys, I'm coming. Here I come. I'm almost back to the hard point. I'm almost there. I can challenge again to help you guys out. Who's around the corner? But Formal again. Formal made
rough.
Slasher a non-factor on that hard point, and was really why Optic Gaming were able to come back into it and secure that victory. It's small things like that in the action in the moment, you don't really get to spot. It's a lot for the casters to pick up on. Heck, even the players might not even notice it, but that's why we highlighted here in the Theater Rewind. That's going to do it for this week. Let's send it back over to Maven and Matt to finish out the show.
Welcome back, guys, to the Call of Duty World League, and we're trying to resolve some issues here. As always, I'm Alex Machine Richardson. This guy's Phil Momo Whitfield. Do you want to try and explain, or shall I?
You can.
Okay, so, due to some unforeseen circumstances, players unable to reconnect, LDLC have had a long kind of discussion with both our admins and Millennium, and have chosen to forfeit the game.
They basically said, due to the standings, and it isn't going to affect anything. LDLC did everything they could to try and stay in the game. They did everything they could. They restarted the game. They wanted the practice. It's really unfortunate that this has happened. They've had to forfeit. I have to have so much respect for LDLC.
I mean, hence our tweets, right?
Yeah,
these
both of us
guys.
tweeted, you know, got a lot of love for LDLC and the individuals, and as a team, and as an organisation. Great guys. They wanted the fair game, and
they've been looking good recently as well. It's been so fun to see them against Millennium, just to see, you know, how far away they are.
Exactly, and they need all the practice they can get going into this relegation. And from me, I wish them the best of luck doing that as well. But it's a bit of a disappointment.
It's very bitter and less sweet, but what that does mean is that our next game is going to be coming up a little sooner than normal, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be between, Vitality and Infused. And this is going to be a crucial game when it comes to the standings. Basically, Vitality have to win. This is their final opportunity to secure that 6th spot. Yeah,
Vitality at the moment, they're sitting pretty 7 wins. You know, they're at the same level as the other two teams, but they have this game in hand that TCM don't. You know, if they win, they go through simply on win percentage. If they lose, I think the map win percentage will favour TCM. Of course, we'll bring you those standings just to give you a reminder. Of course, at the moment they're in the 6th spot. And I must remind you, they must win today, even though TCM are sitting at 8th. Excuse me, that map win percentage will come to bite them in the bum. If they do lose here, 42.9 for Vitality, 45.6 for TCM. Of course, we've not seen Giants yet. They can still qualify. If Vitality lose today versus Infused, and Giants take the victory later on, they can still qualify. Of course, LDLC, they're sitting at 9th thinking, you know, I just wanted a little bit more practice.
It would have been, it would have been great for them just to give it a go and to see what they can do, of course, and see what they're capable of coming into those qualifiers. But once again, we reiterate, LDLC giving the win to Millennium, conceding in that one, and they're going to be now preparing themselves for the offline, the relegation stages, where they're going to be competing not only with the teams present in that relegation, but also the best teams from the Challenger, which has, of course, been playing. I've got another event this weekend. If you want to sign up, you can do callofduty.com/esports. You'll be able to find the links there, or head over to the very specific ESL URL, which we did drop down yesterday. You'll be able to find that over at callofduty.com/esports for all of the info.
Get involved.
Go do that. Do it right now. Because we are unfortunately not going to be able to give you this next game immediately, and that's just because, of course, scheduling. These are four different players on either side that have to be present. You can't just click your fingers and be sat in front of your console, so they have to now prepare themselves for this match.
Yeah, we've obviously had to say to the guys at Vitality Infused, look, the other game has been postponed. Sorry, it's been forfeited by LDLC. Are you ready? And some of them aren't. Some of them are, which is great to see the commitment and everything. But you've got to understand, you know, they can't be ready at a click of a finger. So we'll get them all. We'll get the troops gathered. And we'll get into the game very soon.
Yeah, well, we're going to gather our forces then, get the Frenchmen and their opponents Infused back in and ready. It's going to be Infused versus Vitality, a battle of France versus England, historical, and we're going to be seeing them battle it out very, very shortly. We are just getting them back in ready for this one, guys. I hope you are going to stick with us, and do be sure to stay tuned, because we're bringing you Vitality Infused, Battle of Survival, after this.
Gentlemen, we are here for the theater. We rewind, sorry. Courage joined by Revan. We're highlighting Crim6 this week. Had two monster plays. One in the Optic Gaming versus Luminosity matchup. Yep. The other one here in Optic Envy. You saw a little bit of the highlights there, but we're going to break it down a little bit more in depth. But first, Revan, we're going to get started with your play. It happened on day one of this week. Break down the scenario for me. What really went so well for Crim6?
All right, so the setting is Stronghold, capture the flag. Optic Gaming versus Luminosity. We're at, you know, around 6 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. Optic Gaming with a 1-0 lead, but Luminosity, they set up a 4-man push towards the Optic base to get the flag out. Of course, that means that nobody can watch the overextension, and that's exactly what Crim6 is going to exploit here. So as he overextends from the bunker respawn, puts himself in a pretty good position here to, you know, go for the flag return. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here just because I want to show you guys what these LG guys have to work with as they're trying to tie the game up. So you see John, he actually has Crim6 dead in his sights right here. He's got the Annihilator out. Saints has a Heatwave available. And also, as we move over to replays, the flag carrier, he's got the sights. So you could say they're pretty beefed up as they're trying to get this flag in. Let me just go ahead and slow it down for you as the Annihilator shot misses. Crim6 finds the flag carrier, takes down the site, takes down the Annihilator. He's got one more play to take care of. That Saints with the Heatwave gets both him and Scump with it, but through the Heatwave, he manages to pick up the kill. Optic Gaming get the flag return and the cap after that. But let me just back it up real quick and give you guys a better angle of this.
And one thing to point out too, replays, if he gets this kill here, earns himself streaks as well. And the game's tied.
All right, so as we move into free cam, you see kind of all the LG players in their setup. Pretty close-quartered area, so they all just kind of stack up here. You see the Scythe bullets miss, the Annihilator shot comes in, that whiffs as well. The flag carrier dies, the Annihilator falls. Then as Saints moves in for the Heatwave, he ultimately dies at the hands of Crim6. As that is a huge play for Optic Gaming, allows them to not only get the flag return, they get the counter cap after this. But that wraps up for my play in CTF. What do you have for us here in Hardpoint?
Obviously, Crim going monster in that one. That secured Optic Gaming the 3-1 victory. But now, the Optic Gaming versus Envy Hardpoint. It was really one of my favorite maps to watch this whole week that we saw.
This was a crazy game.
Now you're looking at this and you're going, Jack, why are you highlighting this? Optic's in the lead. You know, they have the final 7 seconds on this hill.
Late on rotation.
They're late on rotation. Here's where Crim's teammates are. They've got Karma fully pushed up. He's right outside the cage's hardpoint. You've got Scump and Formal right near construction. Now, Crim6 goes monster in this play, yes, but as time begins to move forward, the player you need to highlight as Crim waits out, the time is Formal. You'll see right here. Karma and Scump begin to move towards the back lab area, obviously to anchor the spawns for that hard point.
Yeah.
Formal essentially not really baits out his teammates, but kind of lets them
be just ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Lets them be the kind of the first line of defense for this push. As Formal goes to peek up, he checks his back corridor. So as Crim comes back over, there's no way they can get three-pieced from a flank. Makes sense, right? Well, in this time, Slasher kills both Scump and Karma, but this is the engagement that wins Optic Gaming this map. Right here. I got to watch Crim's video. He put out a video about this exact scenario today, showing their perspective. All they were saying in the Optic Gaming communications, Formal stay alive, Formal stay alive.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly. If he loses this gunfight here, he spawns all the way out. Optic Gaming barely have an opportunity to break. Instead, though, snaps right on the Slasher, gets the kill. And while he does die right after, look where this spawns Slasher on the map. He could not be further away
all the way across
from the
map.
hard point he needs to be at. And now you're saying, well, yes, he dies. That doesn't have his teammate spawns, but it did. Look where Crim6 spawns back up at. He's right near this back lab area. He'll begin to push into the hard point. Envy within 5 seconds of winning at this stage. Optic know they have one last chance to break. There's the two-piece from Crim6. Gets camo as well. Challenges the third. Finds the kill. And here's the final bit of communication from Optic Gaming. At this moment, they've got Scump playing top middle. He's getting the cuts they need. Crim's still on the hard point. He knows, all right, I need to either watch top AC or help Formal watch this small side door, so he does that momentarily. Formal's there for the kills as well, and it all falls into place for Optic Gaming as they win it 250 to 247. But hey, there's one more player that I just kind of have to highlight on this one, and it's going to be Slasher from Envious. We saw, hey, he had a presence in this hard point. He goes to rotate over, right? He rotates to this next hill. He's got shots in top middle, gets taken down. Goes to rotate back over again, gets in the hard point, gets this two-piece to back. So you're thinking, oh, Slasher's in a great spot, right?
This is a huge two-piece,
exactly.
too.
Massive, massive. This is where he goes and challenges Formal. He loses this engagement, and look where he spawns across the map. So I'm going to keep it going.
I'm coming, guys.
Here he comes. Here
Stay
he comes.
alive. I'm coming.
Running back over, gets top mid, dies to Formal again. Spawns back up. Guys, I'm coming. Here I go. I'm almost back to the hard point. I'm almost there. I can challenge again to help you guys out. Who's around the corner? But Formal again. Formal made
rough.
Slasher a non-factor on that hard point, and was really why Optic Gaming were able to come back into it and secure that victory. It's small things like that in the action of the moment, you don't really get to spot. It's a lot for the casters to pick up on. Heck, even the players might not even notice it, but that's why we highlighted here in the Theater Rewind. That's going to do it for this week. Let's send it back over to Maven and Matt to finish up. Gentlemen, yes, another episode of Theater Rewind here. This series went all the distance. We had the pleasure of being a part of casting it here on the primary stream. Now, we do have that Looney clip pulled up. You've also got a big Chino play that happened in Game 4. So we're going to get right into the action. We're going to get things started. Round 1 of the Search and Destroy on evac. You saw how quick this happened when we watched that little replay of the clips there, but Revan already at the start. Looney comes in, and look at how fast this whole team dies.
He just watches Carnage right in front of his eyes. All of his teammates die. Yeah. He's all alone. And look at the red dots on the minimap. Like, there are players pushing him from all angles. Like, it's nice to be able to slow things down here in Theater.
Exactly. So 10 seconds into the round, his whole team is dead. And now here's where he's got to make a decision. He's got to eliminate the amount of areas he can get shot from. So you'll see. He'll cook a nade. He tosses it to his left.
That cuts off the staircase.
And watch this first hit marker he gets right there. It hits the opponent. It bounces off of him, which lets him know someone's got to be pushing his left. So he kills Happy, and look at the shot transition. He doesn't stop shooting. Gets the second kill, and he goes and he hides. And this is what I love about the play. He watches his back. He sits here for a bunch of seconds, waits to see if the trade comes in. And then Revan, he makes a decision that winds up helping him clutch this 1v4. He rotates all the way around the side of the map. What is a thought process here from a pro player in this standpoint?
Well, whenever you're in a situation like this, you have to realize that the defense, they should know the bomb is down, and they're going to be playing around that. Since it's a 2-on-1, they're going to be trying to work their numerical advantage to the best of their ability. And this is where Looney, like, this is the play that ends the round. Like, he hits his first shot. We already know the players in the corner to his right here.
Hits the shot to the player, slides in, and that's what actually winds up helping him win this round. He ducks behind cover because he knew a trade would come in, and now watch how he re-peeks this area, gets some shots, and I slowed it down a little bit. You can see the hit markers coming in.
Twice in this engagement.
Reloads it again, and finally kills off Chino. We'll go and quickly see what it looked like from Chino's perspective in this corner. As time comes in, he's waiting for his teammate. His teammate gets shot. He turns a corner. That's how Looney gets away. And now look at how awkward it is for Chino because they're soaring around.
I don't like that challenge from Chino, man.
Yeah.
Just back up. You have all the position in the world to work with. No need to challenge Looney right there.
Now that was from Game 2. Now we're going to hop over to your game. This is now with Rise up 2-1. The final seconds of the CTF. Revan, walk me through what happened here.
Yeah, so right now in this scenario, let me just paint the setting for you guys. It's 1-1. Earlier in this game, a little bit before this clip happened, Slack was able to earn full score streak. So he had a lightning strike. He used that. Still has the Hellstorm missile available. So let's take a look at this through Chino's point of view. Takes out the scythe. And look at this. Hellstorm missile gets called in. No hesitation. Looks right up in the air. Shoots it out of the sky. That's something we saw a lot, during Black Ops 2 players, taking down the Hellstorm missile with EMPs, shooting it down. So real quick, because he's able to shoot down that Hellstorm missile, Happy's running the flag. So look right here. He has a clear lane to run with. He's going to go ahead and run it forward. But right here, he takes fire. He's going to die right here. And look how close that red dot is. As Happy dies, there's not a lot of distance that needs to be covered from him to get the return.
They go right for that return, yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Chino, he now puts himself in a position to make a play happen. As you go here, finds one on the wall run. takes out the second, and I need to slow down here because he just completely destroys Slack. Picks up the flag while he's taking fire, shuts down Slack, earns full score streaks. Those aren't even going to come into play because he has 3 teammates right next to him. He's going to run into flag, and at this point in time, there's like 20 seconds remaining in the game.
That's it.
DT, I mean, even if Rise was in a position to maybe pull a flag and make her unhappy, he's got full score streaks to work with. There's no way they're getting anywhere, you know, out of the base with that flag.
Oh, absolutely. And while that was such a great play from Chino, unfortunately, DT still went on to lose in a frustrating Game 5. We were talking about it. We feel like we say that every single time there's a Dream Team loss in the league right now. We'll see if they can begin to clutch up here in the coming weeks. But that's going to do it for this segment of Theater Rewind. Let's send it back over to Maven, Matt, and Matt for more insight on North America. Ready to go. And oh my god, for Crimson, you're going to have to be a monster right here. Gets one. The Annihilators are. Gets 2. One more to beat. He wait. Oh my god, Crimson gets all 3.
This was not what they ordered. He could still finish though. It's on to Toho, 3 seconds.
No.
Whalers saves the day. It's Tempest City and Vitality finish in 3.
Oh my goodness, we gotta see it on the kill cam, thank goodness, because I couldn't keep up. This is a game changing and a series changing. It was actually the connection, I believe, that tagged him up. It was. Oh my goodness, Whalers with their 3-piece there.
There is one player sitting top AC that needs that call from his teammates. He's going to go get the kill. He should get this pass right now.
Does he go for the dunk or I think the 1-pointer?
One. Oh, he messed up his movement. Oh, picked off. We were speechless there.
Still defensive work from Rated. He has that HVK and has been using it so damn well to give him all of his 34 frags. But now they go for the line. Oh, he's got it.
Slide was that?
What on earth? He was right in the face of adversity, but he's done it.